So basically today I like to talk about how I could invent blue LED and the laser diode. So because I think for young scientists, the most important thing is how to do research. So from my story, you can understand how could I continue my research to invent blue LEDs and the blue laser diode. So at first I chose my Japan. So basically, small island is called Shikoku Island. So basically, I was born in Shikoku Island. I studied Shikoku Island, and I worked in Shikoku Island. And I left the United States. I never worked in a big city like Tokyo, or Kyoto, Osaka. So always I stayed at local, small Shikoku Island. And so I was born here in the Shikoku Island in Oku. It's a small fishery village. And it's a very small fishery village. I was there, And I went for high school. I went to Ozu City. It's a small city. So I enjoyed the volleyball, junior high and high school. And then after graduation of high school, I went to Tokushima, because Tokushima there is a university, local university, Tokushima University. It's a small local university, and so I studied there. So after getting a master's degree, there are no PhD course. It's a small local university. So after getting master's degree, I graduated. And then I joined the small chemical company. It's located in Annan City. It's a small company. It's a local company. This is a 100% chemical company. Number of employees, 150 people. And main product, they are making phosphor, inorganic material phosphor. Phosphor is used for the fluorescent lamp and also CRT color TV tube. So I joined the Nichiya chemical industry in Annan. So I worked for Nichiya for 20 years. 20 years. Because in Japan, Japanese culture is we have to work for a company until almost forever. So 20 years. So during 20 years, I could invent blue LED, green LED, and white LED, also the blue laser diode. And it's amazing thing is that without any collaboration, because the company's founder didn't like any collaboration, because this is 100% chemical company, no background of semiconductor technology, zero. So we had to develop all kinds of semiconductor from nothing to develop these products, So it's an amazing story, So basically, we have to develop everything from nothing, using our own idea. That's all. Because this is a crazy story. Because already at that time, when we developed these products, already a big company. There are many big LED companies. So usually we have to collaborate, getting a technology transfer. Much easier, But the founder said, no. He wants to stay in the local city, everything, So this is my first day at the company. After graduation of Tokushima, this is me, and also this is he graduated Kyoto University, number 2 university, This is a top university to the bottom university. I graduated local university. These girls are just graduated high school, I'm a local university. So already salary position determined by this sequence, You understand China is very similar, So, it's Asian culture, I don't like Asian culture because entrance exam determine everything, Which university graduate most important, So that's amazing. But the US is very good, I guess, Recently, during COVID-19, United States, they don't accept any more written test. No more written test to enter university in the United States. No more written test. Could you believe? This Asian education totally different, No more written test. Just they submit the grade at high school, junior high school, and the high school grade, and the recommendation letter, what you did for the society, volunteer work. That's all. No written test anymore. It's good, you know, totally different. So I like a U.S. education system. So, but this is, yeah. And so you know, so this is for efficiency of red, blue, green LEDs as a function of the developed years. So basically, you know, red LED was invented in the 1960s, and the efficiency of red increased gradually like this, no? But in order to make any kind of colors, we need 3 primary color LED. So we need the blue and the green LED. So in the 60s, no, many scientists all over the world try to develop blue and green LED. But nobody make it, no, nobody. Because at that time, you know, all the big semiconductor companies, all of the top universities, you know, very famous Stanford University, MIT, you know, also the big companies, Hewlett Packard, Xerox, you know, all tried. Nobody. But, you know, our local company, one of the chemical company, we could suddenly announce the blue LED mass production in 1993. You know, it's amazing. So, you know, also we developed the green LEDs in 95 and the white LED in 96. You know. So it's amazing, so, no? So basically, in my case, I graduated Tokushima University 79. And then I joined Nichiya. So first 10 years, from 79 to 88, I had to develop the conventional red LEDs because my boss asked me to develop the conventional red LEDs. You know, so just a lot of papers and patents. Just I read a lot of scientific papers and patents, and I copy the technology, but from this chemical company, but nothing, you know. Also no money, so basically, you know, even for I like to buy the furnace to make a crystal, you know. Furnace is like $50,000 US. I asked the boss, please buy him furnace. He said, no, you know my company, no money, you know. So what I did, you know, but the salespeople say always, why you can make a product? So without furnace, I can't do anything. So I had to make a furnace myself. Because this is a chemical company, and we have, to make a phosphor, there are big tunnel furnace. So I went to the location of the tunnel furnace, and there's a garbage place. So garbage, they just, throw away the heater and the wire, all kinds. I picked up the garbage, and I had to make a furnace myself. Yeah, those furnaces I could, develop these red LEDs, furnace, and all kinds of stuff is homemade because no money, So basically, so first 10 years, the most hardest time from nothing to I had to make a red LEDs, everything in my homemade using small money. But the 10 years, during the first 10 years, I could make 3 products, but sales very poor because already big company are making a product of red LEDs. So basically, I copy the technology and the product. I copy the product. So I cannot sell. We cannot sell, no? So copy product. So and I became so angry because all the companies, manager people complain a lot. No, say, you waste a lot of money for 3 products. No profit, no? You have to take a responsibility, Also, I was complaining because without money, I could develop 3 products, but the monthly sales $10,000 US, but no profit. So, but that's a great thing, 10 years without nothing, I can develop 3 products. And then 10 years later, so everything becomes so hungry, so I became so desperate. I want to quit the company, But before quitting the company, what I want to do, that is a blue LED research. Because when I started the red LEDs, biggest, I read the papers and the patent, All the papers said the biggest problem with LEDs, no blue, no green LEDs. Somebody developed the blue and the green, they have a huge market. So I wanted to try, So just after company, I wanted to try. Always I joked to my boss, So why don't you do blue LED research at my company? He said, oh, you are crazy, Our company, no money, Yes, no money. About the experience of the semiconductor, no experience, 0. No knowledge, 0. Nothing. Only research is only you, But because at that time, for example, in Japan, Sony, Panasonic, Sanyo, Sharp, they are forming a project team, and the project team comprises 10 scientists. And they are spending $100, $200 million for 10 years. Also, United States, Stanford University, MIT, Hewlett Packard, Xerox, Osram, they are spending $100, $200 million, and in my case, no background, chemical company, nothing, no way. So, but 10 years later, I became so desperate. I want to blue LED because they say you have to quit the company, So I went to the chairman's office. Chairman is 75 years old or something. I asked the chairman, can I do blue LED research? He said, okay, you can do it. So, and I thought it was a joke. So also I have never used big money. So you say, okay, so please, give me $5 million to develop blue LED. So he said, okay, no problem. Also, I never been to foreign countries, so I wanted to go to the United States. So can I go abroad 1 year? He said, okay, no problem. So everything okay, So yeah, sorry. So that's the reason. I could start a blue LED research. So from 80 to 89, I went to University of Florida for 1 year. I wanted to go to the United States. I told you. So at that time, I expected, United States means I can dream the American dream, something like that. So I want to go to the United States. That's the reason. So, and 1 year later, I came back to the United States, Japan. 89, came back to Japan. And then I started blue LED research from 89. And I could develop the blue LEDs, in 92. So I needed 3 years to develop a blue LED. Very easy research. 3 years. Only spending 3 years, I could win Nobel Prize, So very easy. The reason is the first 10 years, I could develop red LEDs without nothing and gel LED, For blue LED, just I change the material, this aluminum indium gallium phosphate to indium gallium nitride, and also crystal growth method I changed. That's it. Other technology, fabrication technology, others are very same. So basically, that's the reason I need only 3 years. So basically, first 10 years, tough time, lot of tough time, Without money, I have developed all kinds of technology, That worked very well. So, so it means, young people in future, you experience a lot of tough things, hardship, but those hardship sometimes work for next try, So in my case, it worked. So first 10 years, I developed these bulk crystal growth. These are gallium arsenide, gallium phosphide. These are used for the 3-5 semiconductors, especially for infrared lasers, infrared LEDs. So also I developed these epitaxial wafers. This one I made a product for first 10 years, but the sales is very poor, I told you. $10,000 per month, $10,000 per month. But after invention of blue LED, company name value skyrocketed. So these sales also increased dramatically. So this is my company's founder. I respect him a lot because he's the best of venture capitalists for me, I told you. Without him, I could work for blue LED research. So, after Nichiya, only he gave me the permission. Other manager people, complain a lot. You have to quit the company. But he said everything okay, So first 10 years, this is just demo. This is these are used for the crystal growth of indium gallium nitride. So I had to make, this is not nitride. The first 10 years, I had to develop this furnace myself. And so first 10 years is I was using a horizontal Bridgman method. So quartz growth, quartz. Always I have to do the welding of quartz almost every day. This is tough using a hydrogen oxygen burner. you can see the course, every day. For first 5 years, a very hard time because I had a lot of welding, because hydrogen oxygen welding is very hard, temperature very hot, 2,000 degrees, and also it's as a small company, no air conditioner in the small house. I had the welding at 2,000 degrees. So winter time is okay, very hot. But the summer time, in this weather, inside the 2,000 degree welding, from morning to the afternoon, whole day, tough, Oh my gosh! At that time, I thought my future is over, Also explosion happened, So these are also homemade. You can see these are I had to develop these equipment myself because. Everything homemade. This is used to make infrared LED and LED LEDs. So LED, probably so LED is basically we need there's a substrate and there's we need basically 3 layers: N-type layer, emitting layer, and P-type layer. So 3 layers basically on substrate. So. But in the case of gallium nitride, missing layers, the top 2 layers, no emitting layer, no P-type layer. So basically, by developing the top layer of P-type layer and the emitting layer, we could demonstrate the first blue LEDs in 92 or 93. And so basically, emitting layer we use indium gallium nitride. And by changing the composition of indium gallium nitride, we can make now we can make the almost red, basically yellow to blue LEDs. Also now using aluminum gallium nitride, we can make UV LED and UV laser diode. So UV LED laser diode getting got very popular because due to COVID-19, COVID-19 disinfection, they like to use UV LED laser diode. So during COVID-19, UV LED research became very hot. So impact is probably LEDs used for everywhere, especially Macau. They use a lot of LED display, yeah, probably. And so now efficiency of the white LED is very high, almost 300 lumen per hour. This is efficiency. And fluorescent bulb is 70 lumen, and the conventional light bulb is 16 lumen per hour. So it means almost in comparison to the fluorescent lamp, 4 times efficiency higher. So basically, in order to save energy, all of conventional lighting would be replaced by LEDs. This is complicated. Easy one is this one. So basically, you can say this is energy. This is electricity per capita. So electricity consumption. This is a home, at my private home. Electricity consumption is around 2010 is a peak, and now it's reducing. So in the United States, now electricity consumption is reducing at the at the private home usage since 2010. The reason why now electricity consumption is reduced is basically you can see why multiple factors contribute to the decline. That's the rapid emergence of the LEDs and other energy efficient lighting has played particularly important. So basically, they say one of the big reasons is LED lighting, is used for that since 2010. So basically, now electric consumption is, reduced at the, so that's a DOE. And now it's, I think this is a good application for future agriculture. It's called vertical farming. And for using LED lighting, they can do the agriculture. So because there are no nighttime, so growth rate is at least 2 times. Also, water is recycled, and yield of the plant is much higher because weather doesn't matter. So listen to the global warming, weather is unpredictable. So I think this is would be the future agriculture, also the space agriculture. They have to use this technology, And already United States, this is used for lettuce, this is also, this technology already profitable. So lettuce is okay, but other plant growth are not profit because still cost is high. But lettuce is okay. Also, another biggest profitable agriculture, this one. This is marijuana. California marijuana is now legal. So marijuana is very profitable. So they use a high technology. This is the most profitable. It's not good, even for legal in California. Outside the smell is so bad, In California, Los Angeles area, there's a special program. This is very bad, but in the real profitable, It's not. So now I explain why, our local company could invent a blue LED. Next, I'd like to talk about the reason. So basically, to develop blue LEDs, there are two kinds of materials since 60s. Zinc selenide or gallium nitride. And so this is left side zinc selenide. You can see zinc selenide, this is a cross-section team, nothing. And the gallium nitride, you can see there are a lot of dark light. This is a crystal defect. Crystal defect is order of 10 to the 9th. Still, now a lot of LED available, blue LED, green LED, white LED available, still same. This dark line defect density is same. And there's in 60, 70, 80, they are common sense. This crystal defect density should be less than 10 to the 3rd. This is the defect density is more than 10 to the 9th. So basically all of science select this one because that is common sense. This defect density is less than 10 to the 3rd is a common sense. That is a physics. Physics. Physics means all applied physics data, there is a papers. All people say defect density less than 10 to the 3rd. If people destroy, they have to call the crazy or foolish, stupid. It's a true story. When I invented blue LEDs, I talked with Sony scientists. At the time, Sony is working very hard to develop blue LED, blue laser diodes using zinc selenide. And after my invention, the Sony scientists came to me. Nakamura-san, you are lucky. Why? Because Nakamura-san, you worked alone, so you can select any material. You can select gallium nitride. But in our case, we had a big company. When we started blue LEDs, we have to work with 10 scientists, project team. And at first, they started the blue LED research. They talked about which material is best, zinc selenide or gallium nitride. Everything zinc selenide. Because they started, common sense, defect density less than 10 to the 3rd. This one. And among 10 scientists, one scientist will say, how about the gallium nitride? 9 scientists said, you are stupid. You have to go back to school to study synthesis physics. All textbook says defect density should be less than 10 to the 3rd to make a good LED laser diode. That's common sense, So that's no way to work for gallium nitride. I think research breakthrough is like this. You have to, break the common sense. Textbook. Textbook is a book is everything written about common sense. To make knowledge is good, but for achieve breaks, you have to break the common sense, Overcome the common sense. That's a breakthrough, So basically, you have to keep, destroy the current physics, So in my case, I came back to Japan, 89. So I started the blue LED research 89. So zinc selenide, all of scientists work for 19% scientists work for zinc selenide. The reason is the crystal quality. Dislocated density is less than 10 to the 3rd. Gallium nitride on sulfur is 10 to the 9th. No way, So in Japan, at that in 92, I joined the conference, domestic conference for the first time in 92. In Japan, biggest conference in this field is the Japanese Society of Applied Physics. And that conference is held at a university, in Japanese university, because the number of audience is more than 5,000 audience. So always this conference held at the university. So at first I went to gallium nitride session. Gallium nitride session held at the smallest classroom. And the speaker is only 2 speakers, just 2 students. And each speaker has a 15 minutes talk, and 30 minutes, after 30 minutes is the gallium session is over. But zinc selenide is used for the biggest hall, because 92 is a blue LED research is very hot. More than 1,000 audience go to the blue LED, zinc selenide session. So after gallium session, I went to the zinc session. I couldn't enter the hall. All people the full. And at that time, gallium nitride has no future. Gallium nitride people had to move to zinc selenide because in 91, zinc selenide, 3M. This is zinc selenide, the hottest paper, blue green. They succeeded making the first blue green laser diode, zinc selenide, in 91. This paper was published in 91. After this paper published, all the blue LED scientists, researchers went to zinc selenide after reading this paper. Because at that time, nobody could develop a blue-green LED laser diode. So zinc selenide made, 3M people developed the first blue-green laser diode using zinc selenide. So at that time, all the scientists, journal, everything, talk about this result. So zinc selenide is very hot in 91, 92 due to this paper. So in my case, I went to University of Florida 1 year from 80 to 89 to just, I used the excuse to go to University of Florida to learn how to operate MOCVD. MOCVD, this one, because I like to use MOCVD to grow indium gallium nitride, 3 nitride growth, MOCVD, because I have no experience in MOCVD. And before going to university, University of Florida, I expected to use this MOCVD, but this MOCVD was taken by other professors, not my advisor cannot use this one. So after going there, my advisor said, you can't use this MOCVD. You have to construct the MOCVD using parts. So I have to construct this MOCVD with a PhD student over there. So at that University of Florida, all of the students are Chinese students or Korean students. No, one American student, So English is Asian English. So my friend is a Chinese student and a Korean student, and I had to work together, And so all of those students asked me, Nakamura-san, do you have a PhD degree? So I said, no, only a master's degree. And so the reason why they asked me, because the United States, researcher means, scientist means they have to have a PhD degree. Without a PhD degree, they are called technician. Technician is just work for scientists. There's a big difference between scientist and technician. So PhD is very important in the United States. In Japan, nobody cares about PhD. In Japan, everybody the same. Master degree, bachelor degree, PhD degree, salary almost the same. No big difference, position same. So in Japan, no meaning PhD. So in Japan, nobody wants to take a PhD because no incentive. But the United States, very important, big difference. So 1 year later, I came back to Japan. So my dream was getting PhD degree, because I never expected I could invent blue LED. Blue LED tough for small company. So at that time, in Japan, we could get a PhD degree without going to university. Just if we can publish more than 5 scientific papers, we could get PhD degree. It's called a paper degree. Just publishing paper, five papers, we could get PhD. It's paper degree. But so that's why I want to be. My dream was, became the publishing a lot of papers. So at that time, two material, gallium nitride or zinc cyanide, no? So I selected gallium nitride because it was easy to publish papers. Because no papers. At that time, only Professor Akasaki Amano's group publishing 1 or 2 papers per year. That's it. And zinc selenide is at that time maybe 100, 200 papers, more than 100 papers per year. So a lot of paper. It's difficult to publish paper, no, using zinc selenide because a lot of paper. But gallium nitride, no paper. So any kind of result by adding the strange theory, it's easy to publish paper, no? So that's the reason I selected gallium nitride, but I never thought I could invent the blue LED, no? But luckily, I could invent the blue LED. So in 1989, when I started blue LEDs, so I told you LED we need 3 layers: N-type emitting layer indium gallium nitride and the P-type gallium nitride. So those two layers missing. So 2 layers are, people are working very hard. Nobody could make it. And so I had to develop 2 layers. So I used MOCVD, I told you, MOCVD. So initially I purchased a commercially available MOCVD. It cost $2 million. And by founder gave me $5 million, so $2 million, okay. So initially I tried to grow, these 3 nitrile materials using commercially based MOCVD. But a couple of months I tried to grow, but no growth. For a couple of months I tried to grow, gallium nitride, no growth. Then I started to modify the reactor. So every morning I modify the reactor. And every afternoon I use the modified reactor to check the performance of the modified reactor. I continued this pattern almost 1.5 years. And then finally I developed this one. I named it 2-flow MOCVD. And just 2 kind of flow, no? And using 2-flow MOCVD, I got the first gallium nitride growth. I was excited I could publish first paper, no? And also I, checked the quality of the material and using a whole measurement. And also quality is best in the world, I was so excited. But still, I never expected to develop blue LEDs. And the next one is, P-type layer. Nobody could make P-type layer at that time. So P-type layer, we have to dope magnesium. But when we dope magnesium, always the resistivity became semi-insulating. That's a mystery since for I think 70s or 60s. For past 20 years, that was a mystery. Just doping magnesium semi-insulating, And so just in our case, just using thermal ring, and we got P-type layer. So and I qualified the mechanism. So hydrogen is removed by using thermal annealing. So it's called hydrogen passivation. So I clarified the mechanism. Hydrogen passivation causes the high resistivity of the magnesium doped layer. So at that time, my focus is making product. For small company, most important making product, not physics. This is a waste of time. But my purpose was publishing paper. I want to get a PhD degree. I never expected I could invent blue LEDs. So I published this one. It's a side work, like I'm writing, But this is very important to get a Nobel Prize, I was lucky. And the next one is emitting layer of indium gallium nitride. So also this one is, several groups tried the indium gallium nitride growth, but nobody could get a high quality indium gallium nitride, which shows a strong band-to-band emission. This is a first report, we could obtain the strong band-to-band emission. This is a big breakthrough, because the reason why we got this result means we use 2-flow MOCVD. 2-flow MOCVD is the best in the world. This is very important, 2-flow MOCVD. Still, Nichia uses 2-flow MOCVD. Nichia said, no, we don't, I guess Nichia is still using. Because MOC with the reactor is the best in the world. Nichia is making a blue LED, green LED, best in the world. Because the reactor is the best for MOC. That is a lot of know-how. It's a homemade reactor. So I think this is most important. If reactor is the best, anything is the best in the world, no? Oh. So basically, so I could develop the emitting layer, indium gallium nitride and p-type gallium nitride in '92. So we stacked these 3 layers. So we demonstrated the first high-efficient blue LEDs in '92. So '92, no? So basically, I asked my chairman, no? I respect the chairman, no? When chairman I showed this LED, no? This is a world record. Why don't you press release, big press release, no? And the chairman said, no. Our company, tiny company, chemical requirement, we did a press release, no? Big company immediately copied, and our company easily bankrupt. So you have to prepare mass production for 1 year, no? So we prepared mass production for 1 year, and 1 year later we did a press release. And the first blue LED, this one, so we did 94, paper appeared 94, and so basically, this is a Nobel Prize announcement press release, no? So Nobel Prize Foundation used our first LED, as a reference, no? Also laser diode, also basically laser diode very similar to LED structure, but a little bit complicated structure, but we demonstrated the first laser diode in '95, and paper appeared '96, no? And initially, laser diode would be a big market for the Blu-ray DVD, but Wi-Fi, download all kind of movies or direct download. So we don't need a Blu-ray DVD anymore. So, but now laser is used for next generation lighting, also laser welding, and so laser is now getting a bigger market now, I think. And so this is interesting. So I told you, so this is a LED, a huge number of crystal defects, no? 10 to the 9th. It's in 70s, 80s, common sense is no defect best. But still, even a lot of defects, very bright LED, no? LED, current of blue, green LED, a lot of defects. Now physics people are working to explain why the nitride, blue and green is so efficient in spite of a huge number of crystal defects. They propose some kind of localized states. Ternary compound had a localized states. Localized states contribute to explain why the LED is so efficient in spite of a huge number of crystal defects. This is very important, no? I'm challenging the now new company. And the physics people are very strong with physics, no? But I want to say most important is the experimental result, not theoretical physics, no? If theoretical physics first is a lot of mistake, at first experimental result, no? This is experimental result is the most important, I think. And now laser lighting is getting popular for headlamp direct is laser lighting. Also laser projector. So all movie theater now use a laser projector because much more beautiful. And yeah, also headlamp is laser lighting, Also, instead of Wi-Fi, they like to use laser Wi-Fi for wireless communication, but still not good. But this is data transfer is much faster than the Wi-Fi, so but it's still not so popular. It's still a lot of infrastructure is changing, so it takes time. Also, now blue laser welding, especially for metal, no? Because this is absorption coefficient as a function of wavelength. So you can say right now infrared laser use laser welding cutting, but the absorption coefficient is very small here, for metal. But using blue, absorption is much higher for metal. So for metal welding cutting, they like the blue laser diode. Also, UV, UV lighting, UV lighting also. UV is still, they use a mercury lamp, but during COVID-19, this UV nitride-based UV LED and laser diode became very hot to replace a mercury lamp. So UV, UV lamp means a UV ABC. So a lot of application mainly for the water, air, disinfection of the virus and bacteria. Also, there are many other, applications. And so now getting very hot due to COVID-19. So basically, UV C LEDs, emission wavelengths around 280 nanometer. So basically, UV lighting, destroy the DNA. So this is sterilization of the COVID-19. This is a soil viruses, Just this is a COVID-19 virus. You just irradiate the UV LED lighting. Just 1 minute, they can sterilize the COVID-19 virus. So, but the biggest problem of the UVC LED is still, efficiency not so high. World efficiency is only 2 to 5%, commercial based one. But research level is about 10%. But the low pressure mercury lamp is 30 or 40%. So that caused a big difference of the cost. UVC LED is $400 US dollar per watt. But the low pressure mercury lamp is only $2 per watt. So that's the reason still low pressure mercury lamp is used for the sterilization. But the bottom, like a visible LED, like a blue and white LEDs, efficiency is very high, 60, 70%. So in that case, cost is $1 per watt. So UV LED still efficiency, we have to improve the efficiency 5 times. If it becomes efficiency 50%, we can replace the low pressure mercury lamp in the future. Right now, efficiency is still not high enough to replace mercury lamp. And also, now micro LED is very hot now recently, especially China, Korea, Japan, Asian country, because Apple computer want to use the micro LED for Apple Watch or iPhone, also AR, VR, and so right now LEDs are this big display, but using small chip. They want to make a small display. Especially all of IT company is very eager to work to develop the micro display for AR display, and because micro LED is, right now I display the LCD OLED and micro LED display. So these conventional LCD, in comparison to the conventional display, micro LED is all categories best, efficiency, self-emission, all categories best, except for one problem. One problem is the cost is too high. It's because a lot of chip, cost is too high. But the other category is best. So right now, this one AR is very hot among all of the IT company, like Apple Computer, Google, Meta, because right now smartphone is a computer, but they like to use this one for the computer display. So especially Chinese LED company and the Korean LED company working very hard to make these displays, because IT companies are very eager to work to develop this display. That's all. Thank you.